Tēnā koutou katoa. Welcome to the Wairau Māori Art Gallery in Whangarei. We are in the exhibition Tātou, works by Turumeke Harrington. It's curated by Israel Randall. Behind me is work titled Mana Whenua, Their House, Their Castle. Whenua alludes to one of the materials that Turumeke's used in this artwork. Layered on top of this neon, these pastels, is whenua. Whenua from places that she's lived, from her kāinga, from places friends have lived in, her whanaunga have lived in, places that she would like to be living in, and she's scratched into it like a sgraffito and then wiped it away again, layered in more. We can almost pick out some language in some parts, and then erasure, wiped it away, and she calls this catharsis without the cringe. So it'd be like looking back into diary entries where you've let your thoughts tumble out, but you don't have to look too close. So these bricks, these reoccurring motifs in the work, this is Turumeke's contribution to like a landscape canon. And here, and often she's thinking about homes, about housing, about the places and our choices for where we live and how we live. And as we pull out, we can see that these modules, it's got really beautifully made supports, are taking the shape of a castle. Now when castles are around, they're around in the feudal area. In the feudal era, political, economic, social structure was a bit like a pyramid. We had a really large group of people at the bottom, the peasants, the serfs, and they would create most of the labour, generate most of the wealth. That would be taxed up to the overlords or the landlords, vessels. And then right at the top of that power pyramid was the church and the monarch. And after a couple of 100 years of this system, Magna Carta came, or was created, because that top tier was the power distribution was just ballooning out, and people recognising how unfair that was. Magna Carta, a bit like a treaty. And here in the centre, we see a soft pencil making the shape of an iron gate. Now, when we've had kura community groups in, what's been unusual and interesting is how unsafe people have found this image. Would you want to go into this place, the citadel, the place of power that's accumulated the wealth? Most people find that actually quite unsafe. So Turumeke and her kind of playful energy she's bringing to this work, I find it a bit like a parody, a bit like satire, but not of a person. Satire of a system, and a system that's not really working for so many of us. Mōri ora.